Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So listen, you guys, episode 10 dropped for Widows Unveiled, and of course we're going to do the review. I have never felt like I needed to do full reviews when it comes to Widows Unveiled, because it felt like it's a show where it has certain scenes that are interesting, but it's not everything that is interesting. It's not everything that I want to sit and talk about. But episode 10, you guys, I was like, I have to talk about every single scene because it was fascinating and it was entertaining. It was disappointing somewhat. So there's a lot to unpack when it comes to episode 10. So this is the first episode where I'm going to do the full review. However, I'm going to do it in parts. It might be 2 parts or 3 parts. Okay, listen, you guys, I want to start by saying I'm disappointed at Mrs. Mapatswe. Okay, I was saying Mrs. Mapatswe last time and people corrected me, guys. It's for some, I don't know how to explain it. It's like for a Zulu speaking person, it's difficult to say Limpopo. It's more, it's easier to say Limpopo. And by the way, you guys, in our map when we were doing geography, our map in KZN, we written Limpopo. just saying, okay? So even with Mapatswe, it's difficult for me to say Mapatswe. It's like it's easy to just say Mapanswe, which is wrong. So I'll call her Mrs. M, you guys. I'm disappointed at her because from the beginning of the show, I received her as the most matured, as the one that is fair. She's going to make sure that there is peace, and she will not take sides. But today, I'm like, you are executive producing now. You are definitely executive producing, and I don't like it, okay? I don't like the way that they are treating Mam Fundiswa, you guys. I was disappointed at Sigelelo because I felt like Mam Fundiswa trusted her enough to confide in her and explain the whole story, her discomfort when it comes to Mpo. And she wasn't fighting, and it didn't feel gossipy. It really felt like she's confiding in somebody. Listen, I know I'm hanging out with these ladies, but here is this thing over here that I feel like is not resolved. But anyway, I guess we can leave it, okay? Because Mrs. Ngobane, she decided to she did the paparing, okay, and went and told Umpo, okay, which she was not supposed to do. Now I feel like, okay, Mam Fundiswa now is not going to trust you the same way that she does not trust the other women. Now she's not going to trust you. Why would you do that? The first person that really welcomed you and was giving you a chance in terms of building a friendship, you are betraying that person. Can you be trusted as a friend? Okay. And then I'm disappointed at Tumpo because, listen, you guys, if you came here and say, Dando, you had an affair with a man that has already passed away with a big belly somewhere, I'll be like, listen, okay, I did not record this one. I did not have an affair with a man. Okay, I would say that because I think he has a big belly, because that's what she's saying. Because you're like, that big belly didn't bother you because you took the car, honey, allegedly. Okay, so I'm disappointed that Umpo is not coming out and saying, I mean, guys, how easy are those words? I did not have an affair with Mr. Molefe, full stop. Okay, you need more? Okay, let me tell you how and where I bought my car. Let me show you the proof, okay? Because you guys, listen, she doesn't owe Mam Fundiswa proof, really, but this show has been about healing. That's what they're saying. They're saying it's about the sisterhood. It's about them healing together. And if one of the women in the group cannot heal because they don't have clarity on this one thing that you did with her husband, maybe you should do her a favor and just give her the proof. So you guys, I feel like if you have an opportunity as one of the women to offer another woman clarity so that they can heal and then all of you can move forward healed, why wouldn't you do that? And also, why wouldn't you just want to clear your name? Why are you shaking every time that they mention this situation? So I'm disappointed at all of these women except for Lerato Singati, okay? Because I think she's the one that it does not have clarity, or maybe she's acting like she doesn't have clarity on the situation. I kind of feel like she's not aware what people are really fighting about. People are just fighting and she's like, what the hell is going on? Okay, this is a sisterhood. Okay, so she's the only one that I feel like she is somewhat like genuine in this whole group, you guys. But even with her, you guys, I'm like, Lerato, okay? We don't even need to Google your age, girl, but we know that you are not a spring chicken, okay? All we need to remember is that you dated Double HP, and we know Double HP was not dating a 12-year-old, okay? So her being out here, making sure that people remember that she's the youngest in the group, I'm like, you might be the youngest, but you must be in your 40s because you've been around, okay? So she needs to stop, okay? Because if she doesn't, we're going to go and Google her age and remind her, girl, you're not that young. Even you yourself are Mam Lerato, if you're being honest, okay? You are Mam Lerato, so stop it with acting like you're the youngest spring chicken in the group, okay? Anyway, you guys, listen, they decided that they're going to take a trip to Lesotho. The trip is planned by Mrs. M, of course, as the executive producer, because, listen, in this episode, she was executive producing, okay? So they get to go to this place that is like, you know, I think we've got a place like that in KZN where they've got a homestead, like a Zulu homestead, where people can go and see how AmaZulu used to live, like how the Orondo Velbakona used to be built, Isbaya, everything. And you will feel like you're visiting somebody back in the 1800s or something. I don't know why I'm saying 1800s, but whatever it was. Anyway, you guys, so they're going to the same place in Lesotho. Guys, I felt like I want to go to Lesotho. That the place looks very nice, you guys, and very peaceful. I feel like I want to go to Lesotho, okay? Anyway, you guys, so they're there, and when they get there, Mrs. M has these blankets that she's going to give to everybody, the Lesotho blankets. Guys, somebody send me a Lesotho blanket, okay? I want one of those blankets because I haven't seen those blankets in KZN. If you are in an area where you can get the blankets, let me know. I can even send the money to buy one of them because I like the colors, okay? So if you are somewhere where you can get me the blanket, let me know. I'll send the money so that you can buy for me and send it to me. I like them, okay? Anyway, you guys, so she puts the blankets on all of them and nice colors and everything. And the woman that was like a tour guide with them, she also has her blankets, but her blankets was like torn a little bit. I was like, you know, Mrs. M, if you just brought an extra blankets, because that woman's blankets looks like it's due for renewal. Okay, it would have been nice if she just gave a gift to the woman as well, but I guess she didn't think about it, you guys. So when they're putting the blankets on, Mrs. M helps everybody. And then when it's time for her to put hers on, Mam Fundiswa is like, let me help you put yours on, because she had helped them. And then she's like, don't help me. That's Mrs. M. I'm like, why? So I think initially Mam Fundiswa doesn't understand. Like, no, I just want to help you just like you helped us. She's like, no, you don't have authority to do that. And Fundiswa still doesn't understand. She's like, no, don't touch me. I'm like, okay, Mrs. M, okay. Listen, you guys. Anyway, I think that we are wrong when somebody does something negative where you say, because people have both sides, okay? And when we say, it's not like we mean really the person is a bad person, but we are seeing the other side, because I do believe she is a calm woman. I believe that she's matured, but I also do believe that she's shady. And this episode, she was very, very shady. So she's like, no, don't touch me. And I'm like, who sends that man to Mam Fundiswa? Anyway, you guys, they go to this hut now. They're being shown. They're being shown that, and I guess how things were done back then. And she, Mam Fundiswa being the older one, now she wants to, she's like, let me show you because you're not doing it correctly, saying Tulerato. I can understand them being irritated, guys, because they were irritated. But I feel like at this point, anything that Fundiswa does, they just feel like, oh my God, why is she doing that and whatever. And I don't understand it, you guys, that in a group, they call her Greasy, they call her Makoko, but they don't want her to act like a Greasy, like a Makoko. You guys, I keep saying she's the oldest. Now, when she's acting like the oldest, nobody likes it. So I'm like, is Mam Fundiswa ever going to do anything right, okay? And then there was a story of this, guys. Lesotho, explain this to us. So she's giving history lessons. Back in the days when somebody was getting married and you'll be going to the husband's house, but then you'll be sent to the river to fetch the water. Okay. While you're there by the river, you will find your father-in-law. This is before you get intimate with your husband. So when you go to the river, you will find your husband's father, your father-in-law, and then he would teach you how to be intimate with your husband. So I'm like, what? So you're just telling me that all of the father-in-laws back in the days were all pedophiles? Or you just telling, like, what? You know, or are you just telling me that back in the days your introduction to intimacy was through R, because it did sound like an R. I'm like, yo, women have been through a lot. But that was a weird story, you guys. But I don't believe that maybe it is true that it used to be like that. Anyway, you guys, it ends up being a nice trip, that one. They get in the car, they're going back. Okay, so Mam Fundiswa decides to address some things. And she says, guys, listen, I need to talk to you because I don't feel like in this friendship I can be myself, because every time I do something, remember Pela at the heart when she was wanting to show them how to do the thing, even though she looked like she doesn't really know how to do it. Doesn't know how to do it. Everybody was just irritated with her. So in the car, she's telling them, listen, I feel like I have to hold back. I can't be myself with this group because I do feel judged. More specifically by Lerato, which is Mrs. M, and Mrs. Shabalala Umpo, okay? Because every time I do something or say something, they look at each other, they have funny faces, and they're laughing. And guys, she's not lying. Since episode 1, that's what they're doing. Every time she does something, they're irritated with her, or they're like, hey, and then they laugh, like they have an inside joke about Fundiswa that she doesn't know about, okay? Siki says that it's not the right platform for Mrs. Fundiswa, for Mam Fundiswa to address the situation. But I'm like, but when is it the right time for her to address the situation? Because she's just feeling uncomfortable at this point. She can't do anything right, okay? So I'm like, I don't know which platform she's going to be able to express herself, because clearly in this group of friends, they really just don't want to hear anything when it comes to Mam Fundiswa, okay? So you guys, listen. While she's talking and expressing herself, trying to explain, she takes long to make a point, you guys, because she's trying to explain herself. And I can see why other people will be feeling like, girl, you just take too long to get to a point. And then Umpo is like, you know what? While she was speaking, I was just looking at the mountains, because I was like, let nobody disturb your peace, okay? Now, you guys, listen. These women are trying to convince us that this show is different, okay? This show is not like about housewives where people are fighting. This show is not like which other show, the Mommy Club, where people are fighting all the time. They're trying to say this is about the sisterhood, okay? But your sister is in the car with you, trying to express to you how she feels in this group, how she is uncomfortable, and you are looking at the mountains. Okay, sis. Okay, but you care about her healing, right? Because the show is about healing, but she's talking about her feelings, and you are saying that you think that her feelings are disturbing your peace, so you're looking out at the mountains, okay? That's how you looked at the mountains, maybe when you were jolling with her husband, because we don't know if you did, because ever since that thing was mentioned, you have not denied it, okay? So maybe we should assume that the affair did take place. I don't know, you guys, okay? So she's saying that I kind of feel like maybe I don't belong in this group, you guys. And listen, you guys, I was triggered a little bit watching this part of the episode and the scene later on that I'm going to review in the next part. Is I've been in situations where I am friends with a group of friends, but it comes to a point where you're like, actually, in this group, nobody is really my friend, okay? Maybe I am friends with people because I like to treat, even though you are in a group, I like to treat people as individuals. So when I feel like an individual needs me as a friend, I will make sure that I pay attention to that and make sure that I'm there as a friend. But I've been in situations where I'm like, actually, these people are friends, yes, but who is my friend in this group, okay? If they really had to choose one friend, none of them would probably choose me, okay? So So you guys, Mam Fundiswa says the same thing. Sorry about that. That she feels that maybe she does not belong to this group. While she's talking, the other one says she's looking out the window. The other one is saying that she's annoyed by her talking. And then the only one that was sort of giving her a chance to speak was Lerato. She's like, even though I don't understand what's going on, but I do feel like if you're in a group of friends and something bothers you, you should be able to express yourself. So I'm just giving her a chance to speak, you guys. But the others were more like, oh, not again, not Fundiswa again, okay? Then Mrs. Mapanto, you guys, respond after Fundiswa takes long, because she does take a long, you guys. They do have a good point in saying that she takes a lot. She takes a long time to get to a point. But that's the thing, when you're building a friendship with somebody and that's who they are, that's how they speak, then you have to be able to allow them to do that, because if that's the only way they can express themselves is to be given a chance to speak, and their chance to speak might be longer than others, then you need to give them a chance. Otherwise, how? Because you're not going to change a 60-year-old. You're not going to change Mam Fundiswa. So that's how she expresses herself. So if like genuinely you are trying to build a friendship with her, then you have to get to a point where you're like, hey, that is Mam Fundiswa. So I just know when she has to say something, she takes long. So I'm just going to sit here and listen to her. If you keep saying you are annoyed by her speaking, the other one is saying she was ignoring her, then it's like, are you really trying to build a friendship with her? Okay. Or do we even need, do we even need to ask that question? All right. But yes, you guys. Now, Mr. Mapanto talks about, you know what, you always call us young. And what you forget is that just because we're young doesn't mean that we can't teach you anything. I feel like that thing, you guys, is valid. It's not every time that an older person can teach a younger person. Sometimes an older person can learn from a younger person, but the older person has definitely had a longer life experience. Okay, so they probably have a lot more to share than a younger person, but it does not mean that a younger person has absolutely nothing to share. So I do get that point. But she was saying this thing that I was saying in the beginning, that guys, you called me crazy, you called me old, okay? And I'm not supposed to have a problem with that. But you guys have a problem with me calling you young. What is the difference? Because I'm calling you young, you're calling me old. So why are you upset that I'm doing the thing that you are also doing? You understand what I mean? I'm like, but anyway, I don't think that at that setting, you guys, Mam Fundiswa was being listened to, and I didn't think that her feelings were validated by the group. I felt like maybe Lerato Singati was, if it was just the two of them, maybe she would have been able to express herself more. But yes, you guys, that's how that's the introduction of the episode, because it was about to get heated. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I will catch you in the next part. Do not forget, okay, like the video before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.